Now, this is from GDC, and you have the speaker feminist frequency from Anita Sarkeesian. I wonder what it takes to force people to watch this, because we know her YouTube channel. We get to see the views that are lacking. I can update a video when I take a fart. It will just be like a... And I'll get more views for that video than Anita Sarkeesian gets in a week. So, again, like this is an important speaker. I assume, like, someone paid her to see this. So, like, you have to force audience to watch this after that, right? In order to justify the spending, to justify the grift. But what I love the most is, like, okay, let's talk about cancel culture, right? Which, in 2016, I was told it doesn't exist. It was a figment of my imagination. But I'm like an orc from Warhammer. I can just will things into existence. I just imagine things, and then they willed into existence, and the left will say, well, that's a great thing. Now I want to point out that the whole sparking out from the gaming industry, right? Like, from the lead experts, is that a Brazilian guy made the Steam account, and he posted the video games that work with Sweet Baby. And they're calling that harassment. They're calling that atrocious. They're summoning the government. They're summoning the ADL. They're like... But all he did was to name the games and said, hey, this game has worked with Sweet Baby. And if that's harassment, what is cancel culture? And notice that it's never being called out by the game journalists, right? Like, game journalists and people from AAA, they will never say to their colleagues or to other journalists, hey, stop harassing the gamers, please. Like, just stop harassing the gamer. You will never, ever see them do that. Give me an example of cancel culture, right? Like, let's talk about it. Because they create all of these bizarre rules, all of this absolute nonsense that no one agrees with. But they like enforcing their absolute mental illnesses upon normal people. Like, for instance, the game Hogwarts comes out, right? Really good game. I mean, it won awards and was the most played game on Twitch. You have people from the left creating websites where they're encouraging people to harass VTubers, right? So, like, not just, like, call them out, but, like, dox them, you know, and for a VTuber, her identity is important. Like, dox them, contact their companies, try to ruin their lives. Not a single peep from Kotaku, from Polygon, from PC Gamer, from the ADL, from the Democrats, from the White House. No one cares, right? No one absolutely cares. But now they're like, well, why does no one care about us? I mean, we have a Brazilian with the Steam curator group, and not only that, but they think that cancel culture is a good thing, right? Like, they're not saying that it's bad. Just don't use it against them, right? Like, just, and not even a mild version of it. Just don't use it against them, their companies, their grift, their ways of making money. Allow them to use it against you. And I will tell you why they don't do this. Because like, many people are saying, it's like, at no point through this presentation do they even take into consideration the chance that the mob with the pitchforks may go after someone that's innocent. That they may get the wrong target. Because it happened before. I mean, there's many people that got Me Too, then they were deplatformed. And then it turns out that the accuser changed their mind or withdrew the accusation and the guy was innocent. Like it has happened, right? They don't talk about that. Like, that's not important. And I will tell you why. It's because when you look at the internet, and you notice that the reason the terms of service even started being a thing, like why even the Trust and Safety Councils were created, is because there were certain events where girls that got bullied online did harm to themselves, right? So instead of saying that the parents need to be more careful with what their kids do online, it was like, no, the companies should supervise everyone in order to prevent that. Now there were leftists, sorry, Quinn, who have done actions that led to the suicide of people. And they don't get canceled. Like they still get deals with DC Comics, they still get promoted, they still fail upwards, they still manage to go around as if nothing happened. Because the cancel culture is not about what you do, it's about who you are. If you're part of the establishment, if you're part of the clique, If you're Sweet Baby and you get even a little bit of pushback, oh well, you got everyone doing damage control for you. You're a respectable person. Like even the whole thing that started from Sweet Baby is that one of their employees asked for cancel culture against a Brazilian guy on Steam, and when he got cancel culture, that's when people freaked out. Right? Because the Brazilian guy, you know, they talk about inclusivity, they talk about all of this stuff and diversity, but like, he's not part of the clique, he's not part of the establishment, no one cares, right? But the employee from Sweet Baby, he is someone, he is a person that his own dignity, and he is an aristocrat, and he looms over other people because he has connections, and he has money, or she, I don't know. But anyway, right, it's very disturbing. Right, the GDC. I swear to God, whenever I see the GDC logo on Twitter, I expect some of the most dumb, extreme, lib shit takes. The GDC logo should be like the swastika of gamers. Like whenever you see a person with the GDC logo, you're going to expect that they're going to behave like an absolute tyrant. I mean, heaven forbid these people actually get some real power. Like if these people actually manage to hold some actual power in real life, if they manage to be elected into office or something, I pity the citizens of that country. The way they're behaving online, they are absolute mad with power. They only care about themselves and their friends. They do not have any empathy or consideration for other people. It is just astonishing when you see the arrogance in display and how little empathy they hold. It's just, anyone that goes on Twitter and sees people from GDC knows what I'm talking about. So anyway, right, by the way, about if you've been canceled, right, so in other words, if your livelihood was ruined, and we know, like, the cancellations that are happening now, it's like, oh, the coffin of Andy and Lele, right, so you have this, they're all about inclusivity and diversity, right, so you have this woman that makes a game by herself, and she draws everything, she codes everything, she even sings the opening song. And because they didn't like the theme of her game, which again was a horror game where you have cannibalism and Satan worship and everything, and in one of the endings that is incest, because they didn't like that, they decided to harass her, dox her, try to go after her. And she was a very successful person as well. Like, she made millions of dollars with that game. Kotaku doesn't write an article condemning the harassment. PC Gamer doesn't write an article condemning the harassment. The ADL doesn't step in, being concerned about video game journalists. The Democrats have nothing to say about it. Nancy Pelosi sleeps. And this is the absolute state we're in. So, yeah, this is what really bothers me about this. It doesn't bother me the fact that they don't mention that, oh, well, you can be unjustly accused. They don't care, because they know, like, the important people don't get canceled anyway. And what's also interesting is that the advice that they're giving is shit, right? Like, no one that gets canceled ever comes back. No matter, so the only thing you can do is just don't apologize. Don't apologize, because if you don't apologize, then people can defend you. Like, if you do nothing wrong and you don't apologize, then I can come to your defense. But if you're apologizing and I come to your defense, then people will say, well, no, because they did something bad. Look, like, even they admit it. So, let me know what you guys think, and if you want to support the channel, scroll down, there's a link into the pinned comment, and I will give you the best buyer's remorse on the internet, I promise you that. I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.